It's not about weaves at all.
Yeah.
You know, it's about other people's hair.
Yeah.
It's about wearing fabrics, like some people wear plastic,
Yeah.
and some even horsetail hair.
Yeah.
And it's not even about that, you know. Africans and Europeans have had a long historical issue about African hair, you know. When we first encountered Europeans, they laughed at our hair because it was hard. And historically, we've been given an inferiority complex, not only about who we are, but about our noses being flat, our lips being big, our asses being big, and things like that, you know. And of course, we were defeated, you know, in trying to like defend Africa, and we were enslaved, and then we were urbanized, and we were also religionized, you know. And so we're very, very far from who we really are originally, and we're the only society that imitates other cultures. And then the saddest part, I mean, we wear their clothes and everything, but the saddest part is how far we have come with trying to not look like ourselves. You know, like religion, especially in urbanization, has made Africans really believe that their own heritage is barbaric and savage and primitive and backward and uncivilized and all those words. And so psychologically over the centuries, we've been conditioned to think that our heritage is not good, that it's inferior, you know, and all those words. And the area of the hair is one of the areas that we've been put down through, but then we became exploited. We became exploited because after that we're the biggest hair market in the world. You know, and we spend tens of billions of dollars a year buying other people's hair. And from a heritage and traditional perspective alone, it's sort of macabre, you know. So I don't mind people wearing what they want to wear, as long as I don't have to take pictures with them. That's all, you know. It's been twisted into all kinds of. And then when they have an African look, the weaves, I enjoy doing them. But like when you have a person with an African sculpture hair wearing a blonde wig, I mean, I look at like the Royal Wig Festival, you know, Umhlanga and half those kids are wearing blonde wigs and weaves that come, and they don't go with the traditional clothes. You know, it's the same as like going skiing barefoot. Is that absurd? But then they also put it on the children. A lot of them put it on their children. So if you look at little school children in this country, almost all of them, their hair has been tampered with. And if you saw the movie Hotel Rwanda, which was made here, you can see that they tried to wash all the kids' hair so they can look like Rwandans. And all the kids' hair was ginger from refusing to be washed, and it was still standing up. And you know, it passed over everybody's head, you know. And then we had pencil tests and comb tests during apartheid, and people were passing for the real light-skinned people were passing for, those call them play whites, you know. And you couldn't be a play white unless you had a certain quality hair and a certain quality look. And some people were like poisoning their skin and using skin lightness. They still do, in fact, more than ever now. And I was at a wedding in Limpopo, the place called the Ranch, just outside Polokwane. And it was vendor relatives of mine, and most of them were in traditional, traditional Chivenda, but almost all the women were wearing wigs, or like weaves, and like this one niece of mine had like a red, black, and yellow wig. It was really shiny, and she had a matching one on her daughter who was 3 years old. So, I mean, what it says to me is that psychologically, we have really been messed with, but we are buying people's, people's things.
We address this thing from here. This is
Buying
the Hugh anti-weave show. Yeah.
people's hair, and we're buying everything, but they're not buying any of our shit, except maybe little arts and crafts that are also like owned by the shops are owned by them. I mean, it's a sad joke. So it's much more than me being an eccentric old man. Yeah. There's a whole history to it. Here we had my mother was half white. You know what I mean? But she married my mother. My father was a Karanga, whose people came from Zimbabwe. She spoke more African languages than my father, fluently. We lived in the township, and we were called Amprobas because we were half colored. Masbigir, all kinds of words, you know. And good relatives used to talk about our Nordaikans or our relatives, bias left, you know. And some of those people were African-speaking people who were blacker than us, but because they were lumps. Go and Google that, Wurlams. Yeah. Wurlams are people who speak Afrikaans. Debeles, because they were the ones who were most conquered and beat up by the Afrikaners and all that. They have a lot of Afrikaans in the Debele language. Like a vrachtag manje ngfanele ngikhambe because bangimele J slow.
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.